This is a stitch I did of, beneath the conquer, video going over, how I kept my dream going and growing. Check out his YouTube.
To hear this today, but I know for some reason that I'm supposed to make this.
Hey y'all, I'm Mama Monkey, I'm just live that being said, go back and watch Ben's lovely video. It's so sweet. It's so heartwarming. Ben is an amazing guy. He gives great advice. He's a great artist. And if you pop into his live streams, you will find out he has good taste in some rock and roll music. Just saying. He's also a great example of showcasing what happens when you're able to achieve your dreams. He shows that you can achieve your dreams and they are within reach and it is possible. I'm an example of what happens when you compromise your dreams. Which, low-key, sounds depressing. Now hear me out. I got a point that is not so depressing in the end. You'll see. I did not grow up in the best home life. I was very sheltered. I'm autistic. So naturally, I didn't have a lot of friends. I didn't know how to partake in a community, to build a community, to be a part of a community. I'm blind. I grew up, and when I moved out of my parents' place, I didn't know what I was doing. I had to fuck around and find out every step of the way of adulthood as soon as I moved out of my parents' place and moved out at 19. On top of that, I was in college for a 3D animation degree online. And I already knew from the get-go, in order for me to use my degree to the fullest, I would have to leave the state I was in. I would have to uproot myself and start completely over and strive and hope that I would be able to make a career out of it. What I did not anticipate was finding my spouse. Autistic me was not expecting to find someone and connect with them as deeply as I did with my spouse. And what I didn't have, my spouse did. He had established his roots, right? He had taken part in a number of communities and had a network of people to work with. He had established himself in a trade. He had the backing of friends and family, and I did not. And obviously, having such a deep connection with somebody, I had to make the choice of risking it all, starting all over in another state, and possibly even having to let go of this person that I cared deeply about in order to achieve that dream. And some people would say they would go for the dream. Go ahead. I'm not going to criticize anybody who might make that choice. But I didn't. I didn't think it was fair or right to expect or want my spouse to uproot his entire life. And at the same time, I did not want to let him go. So I gave up on the idea of chasing after becoming a 3D animator. Now, there was also several other reasons, as well as getting more aware of the social network that and the knowledge and everything I had to create and build in order to create or to become a part of that career path. The vast network and the complications that go into the animation industry and how fluid it's structured but not so structured it is. And everything I basically needed to establish myself. And I'm like, I don't have that skill set. Like, I can't really hold a conversation. I'm not a business savvy person. I became aware of how much animation wasn't exactly career-wise what I thought it would be, on top of my spouse being, you know, rooted where we were. So I gave up on the concept of being a 3D animated artist. I gave up on the concept of paying my bills with my dream. I did not give up on my dream though, and I want to make that clear. Just because you don't pay your bills with what you love doing doesn't mean you entirely gave up on that dream. And obviously this is for art in particular. I wouldn't recommend doing side work as a doctor without the doctorate, okay? Like, clearly this is, for this situation, is under art. I didn't entirely give up the dream because it was something I could still do on the side. Okay? I still love animation. I still like creating characters and stories. I still like making storyboards. I still like drawing comics. I still sell my art. I have buttons that are on people's shirts and their hats and their bags. I still have art that people have in their collection. I have commissions that I've done. My art is still desired. And I still create. I never gave that up. The only thing I gave up was the idea of making it what paid my bills. I'm still doing what I love. I go to conventions. I'm building a community. I'm helping those within my community out, such as my friend Sammy, me and her are sharing a booth and showcasing even my sister's art. I am slowly building my own community while interacting with others. I am growing, and I'm still chasing after that dream in my own way and holding on to it. I never let it go. And I want to make it clear, and there are other jobs similar to art that you can do on the side. You don't have to give up the thing you love doing that makes you happy in life just because you're not able to do it for a living. You can still do it on the side. You can still grow, you can still develop, you can still create. Shoot, you can do it while you do the other job. That's what I do sometimes. You can still do what you love without it paying the bills. You're not giving up on your dream. You're not betraying yourself. And you're not turning it away. You're adjusting it to where it works for what your situation is. And sometimes that's what you have to do in order to maintain it. Not always. There are people just like Ben who are capable of achieving their dreams. But that's not always for everybody. You can still manage with what you have, though. You can still hold your dreams in your hands and it not be what pays the bills. And that's okay. I want all artists to know. That's okay. Oh yeah, he wanted to know what my why was. Basically my kid, because I didn't want him to be like me, and I had to re-establish myself, and that's why I still do art, and I never let it go. My kid was my reason. And then he also reminded me of my younger self, honestly. So it kind of goes into both. It's my kid, my younger self, my spouse. They encouraged me and helped me drive forward to be a better me, and that allowed me to have my why. I never let this thing go out of pure stubbornness, even though it's not what pays my bills.